Yogi Clan, welcome back to Yogi Cycle Service, and yes, today we're going to talk about the Gremlin Bell. Some people call it a Gremlin Bell, some people call it a Guardian Bell, some people call it a Spirit Bell, but what exactly is that little thing? Why are they on motorcycles? And that's the question. And I took that question to a couple friends of mine and got some answers. But before we dig into that, back up a little bit to this morning, I was talking to a good friend of mine, Pigpen. He's a big TikToker. We sometimes share video ideas. Say, hey man, I'm going to record this today. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm doing. So I told him I was going to record one around the Gremlin Bell. He's like, the Gremlin Bell? Come on, Yogi. That's for like newbie bikers. Why the heck are you going to do a video on the Gremlin Bell? If you're a subscriber to this channel, you'll know I like biker lore and biker history and biker culture. I've done videos on biker rings. I did a video that was pretty controversial, got a ton of views about the Get Back Whip, and today we're doing one about the Gremlin Bell. Big Ben decided, you know, Yogi, that's a newbie thing. Why would you want to do that? So let me post that video up because we're going to talk about that here in a minute.
How you know you're a brand new baby biker? I'm going to tell you right now. You run out to your local shop and you get yourself a Gremlin Bell because there's history behind the story. Next, you run out and get yourself a Get Back Whip because you got to be careful out there on the road when you're riding hard and revving your engine just in case somebody cuts you off. Oh, don't forget, you got to go get yourself a nice 10-inch buck knife, a K-bar to carry on the side of your belt, because you're a biker now. Oh, you better start throwing up the deuces. Come on. You got to get that biker wave. Show respect, get respect. 2 wheels on the ground.
So yeah, that said, Big Pen busted my nuts a little bit about making this video, but you know what? I have one of these bells on my bike, you can see. This one was given to me last summer. I haven't put it on a bike yet. I do have 2 motorcycles and I have a bell on each one of them. Kind of interesting. Not a whole lot of people really know what the story truly is. So I went around and asked some of my friends, hey man, what's the deal with the Gremlin Bell? What's your interpretation of what the Gremlin Bell really is? So let's listen to a couple of their testimonies and let's see if they got it right. My brother Scooter.
What's up?
Do you have a Gremlin Bell? Do you own one?
I own a couple of my bikes. I do.
Not on this bike.
Not on Barbie.
Not on Barbie, but you do have Gremlin Bells. Tell me about the Gremlin Bell. Like, what's the deal with the Gremlin Bell?
Well,
why do bikers have them?
To road off bad spirits on the road on your ride and keep problems away from your bike. And the story behind it, you can't buy it for yourself. You got to have somebody buy it for you and gift it to you to watch over you as you ride.
And so I have heard like the reason it's a bell is because the little ringing noise attracts the gremlins.
Well, it scares them away. It's kind of like, you know, the deer whistles on cars and trucks you hear. The whistle keeps the deer away. That little ringing keeps the gremlins away.
And all the electrical problems away, right?
Yeah.
And I heard
that is the gremlins.
And that those are the ones that supposedly create the potholes too.
Oh.
That was the rumor I heard.
Might be. Too many potholes around. It's too because we hit that gator together in the mountains.
Yeah, that too. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
My man Jimbo.
What's going on, Tim?
How long have you been riding, Jim?
No, he said I was like, hey, Rooster, we need to make our own.
Decade, better, I don't know, give or take.
Do you know what the Gremlin Bell is?
Gremlin Bell is a means by which to keep the gremlins away. It is a defensive mechanism to keep the enemy at bay.
What do the gremlins do?
The gremlins sneak up in things like electrical problems and like bolts and nuts coming undone or vibrating loose. Just little things that you may not pick up on that aren't part of regular maintenance. Things like that.
And do you have a Gremlin Bell?
I do have one, yes.
How long have you used one?
It's been a couple years now.
Where'd you get it?
Amazon.
So you bought it for yourself?
It's not been attached to my bike. I have one. I know you're not supposed to give it to yourself, which is why I've not put it on my bike. Maybe that's the reason why the gremlins have stayed away.
We're not going to tempt fate? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
we're not going to tempt fate that way.
So if you give it to me and I turn around and gift it back, does that work?
Yeah. I mean, because someone's got to gift it to you. Doesn't mean they can't originally be, you bought it and gave it to somebody else. I consider that, I consider that a win.
Or
yeah.
is that like white lightning, It comes
I mean, maybe it could. I don't know.
Right on. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
I think you didn't see it on there, dude.
Did it come off?
That ain't cool. Yeah, my wife bought it for me. And it was right there. They must have ripped it off when they took the oil. I just had this replaced from the oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have snatched it off because it was right there.
Maybe they put it in your tour packer in a
Hey,
saddlebag.
man, that ain't cool.
My brother Ox, tell me about the Gremlin Bell. What's the history? First off, do you have one?
Well, I did, but it's not on there now.
It fell off. But you got more at the tattoo shop.
Yeah.
So why? Why do you got one?
Usually your loved one buys you one, and they're hoping to ward off the road gremlins that might get in your bike while you're on the road.
All right. So can you buy your own bell?
What's that?
Can you buy your own bell?
No, it's supposed to be a loved one buy it for you.
Gifted to you,
Gifted
right?
to you.
Yeah. Do you think it actually attracts gremlins?
I don't know. I've heard stories of people, having less things happening when they put them on there. That's what they've learned.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, get one back on your bike.
For real.
So now that you heard what some of my brothers and bros had to say, I did a little research on the internet just to get a general consensus of what the Gremlin Bell is truly all about. What's the deal with the gremlins? Well, the gremlins are the little creatures that as you're driving down the road, supposedly legend says they hop up onto your bike and cause all kinds of manners of mischief. Whether it's electrical problems or maybe they put little road hazards in the road to try to cause you to stumble and crash, and they're just evil little things. So the bell, which all of them ring or should ring, you're supposed to mount it on the lowest point on your bike. The ringing noise drives them nuts and then they fall off the bike, which one lore said is what causes the potholes in the road. And then they stay there and wait for the next unsuspecting biker to come by so they can jump on their bike and plague them with more electrical problems and troubles. But if you have a Gremlin Bell, that will ward off the evil spirits because the ringing will drive them mad and send them away. And that's what the purpose of the Gremlin Bell is. Now, there are a few rules that I have found out that go with the Gremlin Bell. Number one, you do not buy your own. It has to be gifted to you. Number two, if you sell the bike, you need to cut it off the bike. You cannot sell it with the bike. Number three, it should be on the lowest part of your frame closest to the road. Now, I do know there is a drawback to that. Quite a few of the people that I interviewed said, yeah, I got a Gremlin Bell. Here, it's right. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd it go? It's not there anymore. They wound up taking a zip tie and, dang it. Darn gremlin got my bell. Fish it out with the truck, the tripod. And they looked down and they said, where did my bell go? Well, they zip tied it up to the frame and apparently the zip tie broke, bell got gone. So be careful how you attach it to your bike. Number four, a bell that is not given with intentional good will lose its mojo. So you gotta make sure whoever gives you this Gremlin Bell is doing it with good intentions. And the last rule, one Gremlin Bell per bike. Don't load your bike up with multiple Gremlin Bells. One bell. Just one. And there are the rules, and that is what the Gremlin Bell is all about. So I thank you for joining us today, Yogi Clan. Hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. And yeah, don't go buy your own. Don't tell your wife to buy you one, because that probably breaks one of the mojo rules too. So how do you get one without dropping a hint? I don't know. That's up to you to figure out. I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you for joining. I'll catch you on the next one. All right, Yogi Clan. Love you guys. Peace.